What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. It is the 7th day of July today, and here we are sitting at about $63.1 thousand with roughly 12 hours and 40 minutes left in the day. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Okay. Yesterday, we were talking about the price moving down, but also moving back up throughout the day, right? The reason why I thought we'd move back up throughout the day is that we dropped so much and the stock market hadn't even opened. And I did say yesterday that by the time the stock market opens, I did expect that, not by the time, but after the stock market opens, we'd probably recover going into the rest of the day. However, I was also talking about prices going down near, if not below, 60K, and we just totally skipped that area. Now we've seen a massive recovery. What a hell of a candle! But we're still dealing with this pump that's lasted over the weekend, and maybe that dump was enough to rectify it. I mean, we did drop below where we closed on Friday, where we closed even on Thursday. We dropped right to that price. Perhaps this was a double fake out where we sold off, we pumped back, and now we're ready to go back lower. I don't know. Let's look at the short term stuff. I'm not really convinced one way or another right now. We are in a very similar predicament as we were yesterday, where we were down a decent bit, not a whole lot, right? 1.38% on a day is not a whole lot for Bitcoin, but from the recent high, maybe we're down a decent bit, and the stock market hasn't opened today. It won't open for about another 2 hours, so there's a chance that we open up down. Bears put their short orders in, counter counter bulls put their short orders in, and then they get wrecked as we move up higher. I do believe that as time goes on, we will see prices move back above these June highs that we had, and we will see prices that are back around anywhere from 69 to 75K, somewhere in this range. It's not promised, it's not a guarantee, and when we do get up here, we'll probably sell back off, right? We're probably just going to do some of this. We're going to be a little potato of consolidation until maybe later this month of July or sometime in August, where we do break out and we see our bear market finale finish. That's my expectation. Let's get into the short-term stuff, and we'll zoom back out from there, okay? Looking at this on the 1 hour time frame, we are using the Coinbase chart. Let's use the Binance chart. We've been using the Coinbase chart for the past few days. Let's use the Binance chart. A lot of volume, right, on this pump. I mean, this is just the definition of volatility. I don't know what happened there that could have caused that. I know Trump said something yesterday that he was very pro crypto or something like that. That he was very, very much about it, which is cool. That, I mean, maybe that's why people bought. I don't know. That's a lot of volume, relatively speaking, though. Looking at this here on the RSI, things do kind of seem like they're taking a bearish turn. I mean, overall, let's be fair. This is very bullish. Very, very bullish. It's bullish anytime you're getting consistent iterations in the overbought zone like this. I mean, this is a prime RSI. I don't care that you got oversold. Most of your time is spent up in this area. That's great. But you are starting to slip, right? You are starting to slip. You can see these kind of highs slumping like this. You're starting to get into the oversold zone where before you weren't even getting near it. Things are starting to shape up in a bearish sense. And we do have these lower highs here with these higher highs that did give us bearish divergence. We saw a nice recovery with a nice amount of volume, and then as we tried to push higher, less volume came in. It's like we tried here, but it was like a fake out on a fake out, and now we're going to go lower. Maybe we go lower. RSI is still overall bullish, but we are more bearish now than we have been. Okay. Stochastics have reset. I will say, after getting oversold, getting a higher low like this and bouncing off the oversold zone is a positive sign. What have you done with that positiveness? That positivity. You haven't done much. You've just moved sideways. That you might relinquish this positive effect and actually get into the oversold zone. Sometimes that happens. Like here, you moved up a little bit, but what did the price do? Not much. You moved lower. So maybe we do something like that. We'll see. The MACD bounced off the zero. That's bullish, but you're back down at the zero. It's hard. Your indicators are less reliable when you do stuff like this. Whenever you do stuff like this, I mean, I could really see us doing either way. And even if we do come down below 60K, we're still going to come up here. So one way or another, we're going to end up in this area. That's my expectation. Let's look at this real quick. 30-day Bitcoin exchange liquidation map. Shorts, there's still an abundance of shorts up at 67.4K. I like the Binance one because then can't we? Yeah, we can see like the amount of leverage that's on there. Look at the past day. There's a lot of 100x leverage longs that get cleared out at about 62.3K. Here we are at 63.2K. It wouldn't take a lot to clear out these 100x longs. Like ridiculous leverage. What are you doing? It's ridiculous anytime you're at 25x or more. And we've got 25x leverage going all the way back to 59K. Like we really could go back below 60K, guys. Last 30 days. Yeah, there's some 100x shorts. There's a lot more 100x longs. I don't know. Just a thought. 30-day longs are definitely outweighing the shorts. You know, we look at this over the past week. There's a healthy amount that get corrected, that get liquidated at 62K. And then a very large amount of these longs get liquidated just below 60K, guys. There's not a whole lot of shorts left. But if we were to move up higher and take out these shorts, that 65, 66K area does look appetizing. Why don't we do both? You know, maybe we just move down from here. Maybe we move up to 65, 66K, form some more bearish divergence, get those higher highs here, get the lower highs on the indicator, and then we drop down below 60K. We eat both the shorts and the longs, and then we still have a higher low, and then we continue to build. I mean, it doesn't have to be simple. It can be tricky. We look at this on the 4-hour time frame. We take this high from June 15th to the low here. We're not going to take the absolute low, but just the low of this move, right? I don't like to measure fake outs. We can. You look at this golden ratio zone. We take this, we move it over here. It's really not that different, is it? And here you actually tip that 382, where here you go just below it. Maybe this is a better low to go for. Just typically standard issue how I do it, and I've been using the Fibonacci retracement tool as my bread and butter of my analysis since I started trading, since I started doing technical analysis, which is back in 2015. This is how I do it, or this is how I've developed doing it. Anyways, I didn't always do it like this, but I've learned that getting the move, I think, is more important than getting the absolute low. Everybody's different. Some people say get the absolute high, get the absolute low. Some people don't care to get that nitpicky with it. I care to be nitpicky to a point. It just depends. Fake out in price, maybe not reliable in structure. Though to be fair, again, you did tip it there. You did, and you tipped the golden ratio there. Anyways, golden ratio interaction. Resistance, you came down, found support here, really healthy. Got back up to the golden ratio and out of it. Still healthy, man. Still healthy. I mean, in this kind of environment, I wouldn't be prone to thinking that we'd go below this low. Just looking at the fibs, I wouldn't be prone to assuming that we go below this low. Right now, I would actually be prone to assuming that we go up to this 886, 786 area, which is 65.2 to 66K. Again, the idea that we could go up here, clear out some shorts, and then correct down and clear out some longs. It's somewhat common to move up to this area and come back down to your 382, 236 area. That does happen. That does happen in volatile moments. And we are in this consolidation phase where pumps become dumps, become pumps, become dumps. You know, I mean, just it could happen. It could definitely happen. So there's sense to be made out of that. If you're watching this video and you're wondering, so where's the price going to go? What's it going to do? I don't know, man. At this point, I really don't know. We're getting this choppy sideways stuff. I feel just as confident about us going to 65, 66K as I feel about us dropping below 60K. I feel just as confident. And the thing is, if this happens, we probably go down here. If this happens, we probably come up here. So it's like whichever one happens, I would be less keen to trade from here to decide which way it goes, but more wait to see which way it goes and then make a short trade from there or a long trade from there. Does that make sense? That's kind of where my head's at. RSI is shaping bearishly a little bit. You do have the lower highs, and we do have higher highs here. That is bearish divergence, but that divergence started here. You have seen the move down. You've seen multiple moves down, and really what you have is lower lows as well, bouncing off the 50, and now you're forming a higher low. These lower lows with higher lows here, that's hidden bullish divergence. On top of that, you're forming a higher low now. I mean, really, it looks bearish, right? The bearish part is because of this, but really it's bullish. You zoom out, you look at it, really it's bullish. It's higher lows and higher highs, and you're kind of right at that point you'd expect to bounce. So, and yes, this isn't as clean. I mean, maybe you come down a little bit more. whatever the case may be. I mean, maybe you bounce exactly right here, but I think overall it is bullish. So again, if we do drop, I'm not expecting lower lows. That lower lows were something that we accepted as a possibility. Sure, it's still possible, but I'm starting to take a back seat on that notion. I really do think that we're aiming for 70K or higher as the weeks transpire. Stochastics right at the 50. Good area to bounce from. Maybe we go lower. Again, it's the same idea. It's not really being decisive. It's not telling us too much. The MACD is bullish overall, taking on a bit more of a bearish shape because of the fake out here to the green cross. The green effect had a little fake out. So, if I had to guess, if I really had to guess, I don't know. Oh man, I really don't know how I'd feel one way or another. I guess I'd say that we go below 60K. We really could pump up to 65, 66K though, guys. I don't know. If we go down here, I'm not going to say I'm right. If we go up here, I'm not going to say I'm wrong. I'm not going to say I'm right on either of these. It's both possibilities, both equally likely, in my opinion. I wouldn't want to be trading here. This is what they call no man's land. And overall, I believe we're in a consolidation phase that will inevitably, top out at about, if we're to be very refined, 72.3 to 74.2K, somewhere here in this golden ratio zone. But it is completely possible that we find resistance lower, that we never get above 70K. We just consolidate further until August and then we break out. I don't expect this to be a long phase of consolidation, right? Like this is a long phase consolidation from early February to mid-May. That was a long phase of consolidation. This here was from November, like late November to late January. This is a smaller phase of consolidation, about half the size. I think this one could be about this size. That's my thoughts, if not even smaller, or maybe a little bit bigger, but about that size. If I'm wrong in my assumption of timing, then this consolidation could last longer. Maybe we break out in October, November, but still will be consolidating, and then we break out. Maybe this is the largest consolidation phase of the cycle. I don't know. I expect, or suspect, I should say, whenever we break out, we will see prices that are near 50K, below 55K, if not even below 50K, near 43K, somewhere in that kind of area. It's a big range, but that's the idea. I don't have anything else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Daily MACD's shaping up a little bit. Stochastics are overbought. RSI, higher highs, lower highs. I mean, yeah, it's possible that you come down. I guess I would say that you go down, but again, if we go up, I'm not going to toot my horn or hang my head one way or the other. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye.